Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I've got mine. So listen, before I get started today, there are people that I need to say thank you to. I need to start off by saying thank you so much to Elzinia. Elzinia, thank you so much. I appreciate your love and your support. And then I have to say, I went to my P.O. box yesterday and I got this beautiful letter. I'll cover up the address. Usually I black the address out, but the penmanship and writing, it's a part of the beauty of the letter. This was a beautiful letter because I just want to say you didn't want your name mentioned necessarily. And it comes from California, the state of California, Palo Alto, California, specifically. And this letter talked about Black love, and it had Black affirmations for Blackness sprinkled all throughout this letter. And I just appreciate it. It was short, it was to the point, but it packed a mighty punch, and it did my soul so good. So I want to say, if you're listening to me, which you said you listen to me every morning, I want to say hello, first off. And secondly, thank you so much for the beauty that is this letter. Thank you. I shall keep it always. Along with the rest of my letters that I get. Whenever anyone writes me a letter, I always keep it. And thank you so much for your wonderful support as well, and your wonderful gift. I appreciate you. By the way, I did go to the post office yesterday, so I took that opportunity, Charnice, to mail those curtains that you said your tenant needs. So she should be getting those at the beginning of next week at the latest. So those are on the way. Yesterday, we did go to the Central Pantry, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. And while I was at the Central Pantry, I experienced the racism that poured off of a white man. Now, I can't control who comes to the Central Pantry. I can't. But in this particular neighborhood, this particular pantry, it mostly services Black and Brown, the Black and Brown community. But we are getting more and more and more white people as the economy gets worse and worse. They are coming from the suburbs, and they are coming to the intercity, not the inner city, rather. You can't really describe Columbia as that, but we'll just say a blacker community to take what resources that they can take. And, you know, that is what they do. But this pantry is still ran by white people. They are still in control of things. And yesterday I was met with a racist white gentleman, and I handled the situation as best as I possibly could. I mean, it wasn't like he was throwing around the N word, but it was a lot of talk about Charlie Kirk. I can't get away from this man to save my Black ass life. It was talk about Charlie Kirk and how we should all be honoring him. Obviously, I had an issue with that. I took issue with it. There was some back and forth. And listen, this was the point that I was trying to make yesterday about not letting certain people, particularly white people, so close to, you know, into Black spaces and faces and places, you know, because all those white people, with the exception of one, stood around and let that happen to me. And then when I said I'm leaving, my husband wasn't in the vicinity. He was somewhere on the other side of the facility. But I went and found him, told him what happened. We both left. He wanted to confront the issue. I didn't, because as far as I was concerned, there was no issue. Not anymore, because I already said I was going to leave and that I wasn't coming back. I later on got a phone call, actually several phone calls. They all went to voicemail because I'm done with it. The time to shine and the time for them to have addressed it was when it was going on. And this is what I mean about white people, Black people. Whenever we cannot trust anyone who, whenever it is convenient for them, they can lean back into their privilege and kind of take a hands-off approach to the entirety of the situation. Most of the people that were standing in that line were Black. They were either Black or they were brown. And those were my defenders. The people who ran the facility, I'll say a lot of them are white, but most of the volunteers are black because we are servicing our own community. They stood up to the other volunteer workers. But the white people who were in charge of it, they did not. They did not. Allies when it's convenient only. You can't be allies when it's convenient only. An ally is an action verb. And that means every single time something like that happens, these people who claimed and walked and talked like allies should have been allies in that moment. They weren't allies in that moment. At least not to me. Me who goes there, keeps her head down, does the work, and goes home. They were not my allies. Those black people in that space were. And this is one of the ways that white people show up, and they invariably become harmful to us. They let it happen. And not only did they let it happen, but they weren't even going to remove this man from the facility. And I said, that's fine. Because one of us got to go. And it was me. And I'm not paid. I'm a volunteer. And as strapped as those people are for help, they didn't even so much as make that man go to another line. They expected me, a black woman, who all the things that Charlie Kirk said about black women, I was supposed to stand there, take that, and keep serving this man. And for free. Trust me when I tell you I handled it. I handled it to the point where they were calling me all into the night. I haven't listened to those voicemails. I doubt that I will ever listen to those voicemails. But in the meantime, in between time, I am looking for a different way to serve my community. And actually, I was just saying to myself, I wanted to get back to expanding the senior bags that we do here at our own little library pantry. I wanted to expand that because more seniors are needing bags and I'm needing more time and I don't have as much free time. And Wednesday would be a perfect day for that. So I think that that's what I'll do on my Wednesdays from now on. When one door closes, another one opens. I should be serving my people anyway and making sure that is who I'm hyper focusing on. Even though, like I said, most of the people who come there are black. They're either black or they're brown. But we have been getting a lot of white people. And white people coming into those spaces are going to create issues. And the fact that that man thought that he could sit up and talk to me about honoring someone as racist and hateful and said the things that they said about black women, and that I was going to be in agreement with that. I don't think he was looking for my agreement. I think he was looking for conflict. And I didn't give him that either, but I let him know how I felt about it. It's too bad that the pantry let themselves lose two good workers because they couldn't do the right thing in that moment. You don't get a second chance with me. That's all that I have for today, y'all. I just wanted to let y'all know a little bit about how my yesterday went and to keep your head on a swivel out here because they are getting bolder. They are getting bolder and they are looking for conflict. Look at just what happened at the HBCU where those people, those white supremacists showed up at an HBCU. Look at that white kid who showed up at that black church looking to start shit. They walking around here looking to start shit. They looking for conflict. They see our black faces and they want to fight. And like I said in other videos, y'all, black women and black children especially need to be protected because they see us as low-hanging fruit. They see us as easy targets, as soft targets. Be careful. That's all that I have for today. If you would like to support this platform, if you would like to support the Library Pantry, if you would like to just buy me a cup of coffee, I'll leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments. Y'all have a righteous day. Have a safe day. Don't be nobody's problem today.